Is learning part of the goals of managers or goals of the employees, or is it just a way of life for you at Flipkart?
So it's interesting that you're asking this question. So the answer to both the questions is no. So learning is not part of the goals of the managers. Is it a way of life? Fortunately, yes, but we don't measure some of those learnings that way. But what we look at, and this is part of our startup DNA at Flipkart, that uh, we thrive a lot by solving problem statements, which some statements that have not been ventured into. And I think as part of the DNA at Flipkart, a couple of things have happened. So a few things that have happened as a part of the DNA at Flipkart is we don't get experts to lead teams. We get people who have the startup DNA or enthusiasts, as you may call it, folks who have not been there and done that to actually lead teams at Flipkart. As a result, what happens is a lot of biases get thrown out of the window, and a lot of first principles thinking come about. So that way, if you look at it, Flipkart is a lot more about learning on the go, and some of these are also knowledge that people have gained over time of what are some things that work in teams, what are some things that don't work in teams, and how do we get teams to rally around a big, hairy, audacious goal. So that's broadly a long answer to your question. But that's a bit about the way Flipkart DNA is. So learning is part of the culture, and what we do as a result is how do we tweak learning interventions as a part of that culture, and it is very subtle, so people don't have the need to learn. But when learning is in the flow of work, it just becomes a part of the DNA and the part of their being.